It's a freaking porcupine.
Where's my spear? And he is ready to eat that.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way.
Alright, we didn't get it on film because it happened so quick, but we're driving along and a bear just crosses the road in front of us. So that's pretty cool. Just a little update here from the road. Yeah, Braden almost just creamed 2 deer in the middle of the road, but we're alright. Would have made a good meal, but
Left a little bit of rubber on the road, but you know.
yeah, it was a close one.
Brakes are good on the Neon.
Yep, we're almost there, so get back with you. Alright, so we made it here to the cabin, finally. After hours of driving around and having some fun. We saw a bear. We almost hit 2 deer at the same time. Just right near the cabin here we saw, we think was a coyote. Yeah, we're ready to get out there tomorrow.
Probably gonna head out around 6 o'clock. This is why we have an alarm set, so we're gonna head east, kinda just over till we hit the creek, and then we're gonna go upstream a bit until there's a point where the 2 creeks come together.
Guess we're ready to hit the hay. See you tomorrow.
All right, it's about 7:30 here. We got ourselves our can of apple, empty. We got just a little bit of tea in the bottom of the container there, so we'll. That's about all we have to take along with us besides other little bit of stuff we have.
We have a book I made of stuff we can look for to eat, wild edibles and some wild things that aren't too edible. And we have our pocket knives and lighter in case of can't get a fire going. And a fast break bar we're very tempted to eat. That's about it. So we're heading out, looking for adventure. Whatever comes our way.
Yep. Alright, we've been hiking for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and we're down to the creek, and we hit some pretty thick stuff up on top there, but now it's a little bit clearer and open down on the bottom. It was pretty steep, but now it's cleared out pretty good. Walking along the creek here, we found what looks like a turkey or pheasant. I kind of think turkey, but I'm not 100% sure. So, no meat left or anything. So, all right, we found a little bit of hawthorn here. Got some nice big spikes on them. Maybe you can use this for fish hooks or something like that. So we're gonna cut a couple branches off here, take them along. We've also been seeing these apple trees around, a couple of them lately, but haven't seen any apples on them at all, so I don't know if maybe just being this far in the woods they don't get any apples, or if the wildlife's been picking them clean. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled, maybe do a little bit more checking on some of these trees.
Braden has just found an interesting discovery.
Well, one of our apple trees we've been passing for the past half hour finally yielded some apples. So I see about a half a dozen of them on this tree, so yeah, this should make a nice little meal for both of us there. We got a couple more up there. But yeah, that's one of our first food discoveries there.
Alright, found a good number of apples. All those there, plus one more here.
I ate one
I'm
too.
enjoying so far. Pretty good. At least we won't starve to death.
Definitely. Alright, well, we found a pretty good looking spot here. It's kind of tough. We got a really steep area all around us, but we found a nice level spot. I think we're going to pick for our shelter. The creek is just a little bit below us, not too far away. so we can we found a good sized hole down there, so we can get some fish. Maybe there wasn't any really fish, but I mean we saw some good sized minnows we can probably catch, and maybe some crayfish, other stuff like that out of there. So yeah, we'll probably have our fire around here somewhere and. It's falling apart.
As you can see, the fort's coming along together pretty good. We teamed up. I gather the wood and Braden puts it in place, so works out good. There's no I in survive. Teamwork.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. We know the names. We are the people that can find whatever you may need.
Came along pretty nicely so far. Got the fort up pretty good. Could be a little thicker. We're going to work on that then. As you can see, the bugs are quite friendly here. I wouldn't want it to go in my mouth. We're going to go down and get some water and come back up and finish things up here. There's the fire pit we got ready. So we'll be back. It's a good size millipede there. Get an idea. Yeah, he's pretty big. Alright, found a little hole here, a couple more over there. Decided to make a trap. Since it's smaller, it's probably a chipmunk or something. I didn't go with the typical figure 4 deadfall. It's one of the fancy sacrificed my belt to get some thread from it, some rope. And this is how this tricky guy works. Over here you have your little pins to hold it in. This will be the bait stick. We're going to put bait on that. You stretch him up there and you put your bait on that. You can put it on the thread too if they chew through that. And then you have a shorter line going to this. Pick your big rock up here. Gotta get it balanced just right. Like that. Let me see. Little Mr. Chipmunk comes, nibbles on this peanut butter here. As soon as he triggers that, kablam! Chipmunk pancakes.
Alright, well we finally got our fire going here. We tried a number of different methods. We tried the bow drill and wasn't having too much success with that. So we tried a method that Dan and Harry had tried out. We would take 2 pieces of wood and sandwich some kind of tinder in between them, and you just rub a stick on top and get it hot enough and like the coals fall down in there and kind of light it up. But I mean, all I got with that was it warmed it up pretty good, so I had to cheat and use a match. So, but I mean, only used 1 match and it's going pretty well. Got our water boiling.
Alright, it's Saturday night here, and we walked the creek for a while and hung our socks up to dry. Got a good amount of crayfish.
Yeah, at least a dozen, I would say.
Yeah, those guys there will be our dinner. So we'll go up, dry out our clothes, and try those bad boys. Alright, I was walking along and I looked down and found some wood sorrel. It's a decent amount. Looks just like a clover, bigger. So, I'm going to get us a little bit. And we have it in the book here of the stuff I made that we can eat here. Tells you how to prepare it and stuff. So we're going to eat some of this, get a little bit from it. And book comes compliments of Eat the Weeds, which is where I got most of the information. Excellent website. Mr. Rogers of the Woods is what we call him, Green Dean. So he does a good job, so we'll try some of this. Okay, so we got our crayfish all boiled up. Getting ready to eat those pretty soon. And we tried some of the wood sorrel over there. It's actually quite tasty.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Has a little bit of a tartness to it.
Kind of sweet,
Yeah.
sweet taste. It has a nice, really nice taste to it.
Yeah, like a sweet tart or something. So we're going to save some of the rest of that. And apparently we can boil it. And it makes the water kind of like an aid. A little sweetness to it. So eat some of these crayfish. Alright, so figured we'd show how you eat these things. This is our biggest monster we caught, so it'll be the easiest one to show. Just pull the tail out. There's the meat here. Just crack it open. Not too bad. Tastes better if you don't get the turd in there with it. Yep. Made a tasty meal. Alright, we got Wild Man Braden Brubaker here. And he is ready to eat that. Nice juicy worm. I let Braden have it. I really would have eaten it myself.
Well, down the hatch.
How's that tasting there, bud?
Not especially good. Oh, yeah.
Give you some water, huh?
Okay, that's not good.
You spinning back up?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I told you should have fried them. Alright. We'll come back. Attempt number 2 then. Alright. Done. We haven't really seen any squirrels for quite a while. It doesn't seem like there's too many around here. But this tree here, I noticed there was a couple of nutshells there. So, I mean, maybe they come by here once in a while. There's a good hole in that tree as well as the tree up there. So maybe we'll get lucky. So it's kind of too unflat to set up a deadfall. So I decided to go with a snare. Try that. So basically I have, a little snare loop inside of here. Some little candy bar on either side there. Maybe get him digging around. So he gets caught in the snare and then he'll, pull a little bit when it's on his leg, and then this will come out from the notch in the tree I made there. And when that comes out, this limb here is going to sling the squirrel into the air, so he'll be hanging by his feet, waiting to get killed and eaten. So I don't know. Doubt we'll get one because we haven't seen any, but it's worth a shot.
It's a porcupine. It's a freaking porcupine.
Where's my spear?
That's awesome. I was like, holy crap, it's right back.
Big old porcupine. Awesome. See if we can get them. Okay, so here's the dilemma. We heard something coming. We're waiting for it to go past to see what it is. And instead, a porcupine climbed up this huge tree right next to our shelter. And he is way up there and it's getting dark. So we're gonna see if he'll come down. We're hoping he doesn't sneak down at night and then we don't get him. So, see what happens.
Holy crap. So we got ourselves a freaking porcupine. Check this guy out. Big freaking claws. Some monstrous teeth. That is a badass. It's gonna be a good meal.
Alright, well last night we were sitting in the shelter boiling some water, and we heard something walking around behind our shelter, so we kinda quieted down pretty good, and we were expecting to see a deer. We were hoping we'd get some up close footage of it walking past our shelter, but it turns out that we waited a little bit and we couldn't see if it was a deer or anything, so heard something scratching around behind our shelter. A little freaked out, but so then I kind of see through the shelter at a hole at the one place. I saw something shaking around. I figured maybe it was just a squirrel climbing up the tree, so we kind of poked our head up around. It was a big freaking porcupine sitting over here, climbing up the tree.
Yeah, this tree here, which is it's actually kind of part of our shelter. So of all the trees in the woods, he decided to climb this one. So he climbed up there too far for us to be able to get to him. And it was getting dark. So our idea was to put these sticks all the way around the tree. So if we fell asleep and he came down, he would knock one of them down and it would wake us up. So we could come out and get him. So I mean, we one of us was pretty much awake for the majority of the night, taking shifts and stuff. And we saw him coming down and we got him.
Chased him through the woods for a little bit, but he didn't get away. He wasn't especially fast, but when it's pitch black outside and all we had was a little flashlight, it was a pretty good chase.
Yeah. I speared him with my walking stick, a nice point on that. That pinned him down pretty good where he couldn't get away. And then Braden clubbed him a couple times, several times. And yeah, he stopped kicking. So we thought last night I heard some coyotes up on top of the mountain, so we figured it probably wouldn't be best to gut them and have a gut pile near the cabin or the shelter, or have blood on our hands, you know, at night yet. So we waited till light, which was only a couple hours after we killed him, and we're gonna go gut him and see how he tastes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're probably gonna drag him up the hill a little bit away from the shelter, so we don't attract any unwanted animal attention.
He's pretty heavy. What'd you say, Braden? Like 35 pounds?
I'd probably say close to 30 pounds.
Yep, somewhere in there.
Somewhere, yeah. 30, 40, in that area.
Yep, should be a Good eating.
Yeah.
A lot of eating.
Okay, so we got our porcupine legs frying up here on the fire. Nice hot rock on top there. Those are the back 2 legs. We also have the front 2 legs over here in a bag. We're gonna cook those up as well. Probably take those along with us when we leave, and unless we need more food. So
Good amount of meat.
yeah, definitely. These back legs are pretty big. I mean, there's my hand next to them. It's a little hot there, but they're pretty big size, pretty good size ones. Those are a nice meal.
So this has been our crib for the last 24 more hours. Customized fern and leaf roof. You got your arched ceiling there. Nice arched ceiling. 30-inch fireplace, man. Good for cooking up random things like porcupine and apples. Plenty of firewood. Plenty of firewood left. We're planning on another night. So, let's be here for the next person.